Good morning, everyone. Hope you all are fit and fine, students. Yes, beta. Today we will discuss remaining worksheets of chapter number 6, Models. And students, I hope that all of you have completed worksheet 1 to 4. Now, beta, let's move on to the worksheet number 5. Chain the following orders into requests using appropriate models. One has been done as an example. Yes, students, these sentences are in order and beta we have to convert these into request. बेटा इन orders के sentences को हमें request में convert करना है. And beta for polite request or we can say request beta we use models would and could. So students use these two models would or could and change the sentences. Let's students start first one. Make a phone call to my office. How can we rewrite, students? Would you make a phone call to my office, please? Next one, students, stop making a noise in the corridor. Would you stop making a noise in the corridor? Or we can say, students, would you please stop making a noise in the corridor? Next one, students, post these letters today. How can we frame, students, this sentence? Would you post these letters today, please? Okay, students, use modal could and would for making request beta. She is not feeling well. Call the doctor. Now, students, how can we frame? She is not feeling well. Would you please call the doctor? Or we can say, beta, would you please call the doctor as she is not feeling well? Okay. Now, beta, next one, pass the salt. Could you pass the salt, please? Drop me at my school on your way to the office. Would you drop me at my school on your way to the office, please? Get my dress from the tailor. Could you get my dress from the tailor, please? Yes, beta, remember to make request we use model would and could. बेटा जब हमें किसी से request करनी होती है बेटा then we use model would and could for the polite request. Okay, beta, remember this thing. Now, beta, let's move on to the next worksheet. Worksheet number 6 for suggestion or advice. Work with your partner. Read the given situations and think of the advice or suggestion you would give. Use the phrases in the aid box to build up your suggestion or advice, and one example has been given. Yes, beta, you have to read the situation. Situations आपको given है beta, and beta from the help box you can take help. Okay, phrases are given beta in help box. Help box में आपको phrases given है, वहाँ से beta phrases choose कर सकते हो. और then students you have to frame the sentences making suggestion or advice. आपको बेटा यहाँ पर suggestion और advice के sentences बेटा frame करने हैं. Okay, now students let's begin with the first one. Your sister is unwell. She wants to go to school. then बेटा कैसे advise कर सकते हैं हम उसे? You should take rest till you have recovered completely. Okay, recover completely. Write down number 1 here. Okay, in the help box you can write down number 1 on recover completely. And how can we frame the sentence, beta? You should take rest till you have recovered completely. Now, students, next one. Your friend is going on a trek. Then, students, we can say that you should take proper walking shoes. Okay, or we can say beta you should wear proper walking shoes. Then beta a friend in the neighborhood has missed her school bus. We can advise students that you should request your father to drop you at school. Your brother has been studying very hard. देन बेटा हम बोलते हैं ना कि आपको कॉन्टिन्यूसली स्टडी नहीं करना चाहिए, बीच में थोड़ा सा ब्रेक ले लेना चाहिए. लाइक दैट स्टूडेंट्स, सो वी कैन एडवाइस बेटा यू शुड टेक अ break. Next sentence, students. Veena is going on a trip to a hill station. बेटे जब हम हिल स्टेशन पे जा रहे हैं तो वहाँ ठंडा मौसम होता है ना. So students, how can we frame the sentence? Which phrase we can take from the help, students? We can take a sweater one. Okay. And how can we frame the sentence, students? You should take a sweater while going on a trip to hill station. Okay, beta? You should take a sweater while going on a trip to hill station. Now, next one, students. You have lost your English book. Then, students, you should put a notice on school notice board. Then, beta, your friend has broken his mother's expensive vase. The students, how can we frame the sentence? By giving advice or suggestion. You should apologize for breaking expensive vase. Now students, remember बेटा हम should model का use करते हैं for suggestion or advice. Okay बेटा, to express suggestion or advice we use model should. Okay, remember this thing, students. Now beta, let's move on to the worksheet number 7. Work with your partner. Go back to the time you were 3 to 6 years old. Think of the naughty things you did. Now think of the warning or threat you received each time one has been done. As an example, yes बेटा, अपने फ्रेंड के साथ बातचीत कर सकते हैं आप इसमें. और बेटा क्या फाइंड करना है आपको? Go back to the time you were 3 to 6 years old. बेटा जब आप 3 to 6 years old थे बेटा, तब के टाइम को याद करना है. And students, think of the naughty things you did. I think सभी बच्चे नोटी होते हैं ना बेटा जब छोटे होते हैं. तो बेटा जो भी आपने नॉटी थिंग्स करी हैं, कुछ भी ऐसा नॉटी आपने एक्टिविटीज़ करी हैं स्टूडेंट्स, वो रिमेंबर करिए कि आपने क्या किया था जब आप 3 to 6 years में थे. एंड स्टूडेंट्स, आफ्टर दैट नाउ थिंक ऑफ द वार्निंग और थ्रेट यू रिसीव्ड ईच टाइम. और जो गलत काम, जो नोटी हरकत की थी बेटा, नोटी शरारतें जो की थी आपने बेटा, उसके बाद आपको क्या वार्निंग मिली, क्या थ्रेट मिली फ्रॉम योर पेरेंट्स और फ्रॉम योर ब्रदर और सिस्टर, दैट यू हैव टू राइट ऑन हियर. और बेटा थ्रेट के लिए हम, वार्निंग के लिए हम कौन सा मॉडल यूज़ करते हैं? विल. ओके, रिमेंबर वी यूज मॉडल विल. Now students, past situation is given to us here. When I was 3, कि जब मैं 3 years का था, I ate my mother's lipstick. तो मैंने अपनी मामा की लिपस्टिक खा ली थी. बेटा छोटे जब हम बच्चे होते हैं तो बेटा हम कुछ भी कर सकते हैं, है ना. आपके ब्रदर होंगे, सिस्टर्स होंगे बेटा, आपने ज़रूर देखा होगा ऐसा कि कोई भी नोटी एक्टिविटीज़ बेटा वो कर सकते हैं. तो स्टूडेंट्स, रिमेंबर योर एक्टिविटीज़ एंड देन बेटा राइट डाउन हियर. ओके, व्हेन आई वाज 3 I ate my mother's lipstick. और मामा ने क्या वार्निंग दी? My mother said, next time you touch my lipstick, I will thrash you. और नेक्स्ट टाइम अगर तुमने मेरी लिपस्टिक को टच किया ना, I will thrash you, I will punish you, I will slap you like this. Okay. Now students, you have to frame 4 situations. 4 situations बेटा आपको यहाँ राइट करनी है. एंड आफ्टर दैट बेटा which warning you get, कौन सी वार्निंग आपको मिली है, विच वार्निंग यू रिसीव्ड बेटा, दैट यू हैव टू राइट डाउन. फॉर एग्जाम्पल स्टूडेंट्स, वी कैन राइट डाउन व्हेन आई वाज 5 I stole 10 rupees from my mother's pocket or from my father's pocket. तो पापा या मामा क्या बोलेंगे बेटा? My father said, next time if you steal money I will punish you. कि next time अगर तुमने पैसे चुराए तो मैं तुम्हें बहुत पिटाई करूँगा. I will beat you, I will punish you. Okay, or we can say बेटा when I was 5 or when I was 6 I broke a glass bowl by throwing it on the floor. हमने देखा है ना बेटा, बच्चे जो छोटे होते हैं तो गुस्सा आता है, कोई भी चीज़ें बेटा उठा के सीधा फ्लोर पर फेंक देते हैं, फर्श पर फेंक देते हैं. लाइक सेम. ओके, वी कैन से आई ब्रोक अ ग्लास बाउल बाय थ्रोइंग इट ऑन द फ्लोर. और मामा ने क्या वार्निंग दी? माई मदर सेड, नेक्स्ट टाइम इफ़ यू रिपीट दिस, और अगर दोबारा आपने इसको रिपीट किया ना, आई विल सेंड यू टू द हॉस्टल, तो तुम्हें मैं हॉस्टल में भेज दूँगी. लाइक दिस बेटा वी रिसीव्ड वार्निंग्स फ्रॉम आवर parents. Okay students, now beta remember your activities, your naughty activities, and write down here, and then the warning you received from your parents write down here. Okay students, I hope it's clear to you. Worksheet 7, what to do. Now beta, let's move on to the worksheet number 8. Imagine you are Aman's father who receives the following letter from Aman. Aman has taken up his first job assignment in a new city and he seems to be having a difficult time. Now बेटा आपको इमेजिन करना है कि आप अमन के फादर हो who receives the following letter, जिसे लेटर्स मिले हैं अमन की तरफ से, and Aman has taken up his first job assignment in a new city. He seems to be having a difficult time और उसको न्यू सिटी में बेटा एडजस्ट नहीं कर पा रहा है न्यू जॉब के साथ, and that's why students having a difficult time there. Now students, we can write down like Park Lane, Pret City, then date. It's the format of letter. Okay, then dear dad, to whom we are sending the letter. Dear dad, thanks for your letter asking me how I am. Well, I'm trying my hard to get adjusted to the new job in the new city. The job is okay, but my boss is not quite so. Job तो ठीक है पापा, but my जो boss is not quite so. वो इतने ठीक नहीं है. He is very demanding and I usually have to work till late in the evenings. वो बहुत डिमांडिंग है बेटा और मुझे जो देर रात तक वर्क करना पड़ता है. आई कैन नेवर गो आउट बिकॉज आई एम हेल्ड अप इन द ऑफिस. और मुझे कहीं बाहर जाने का मौका भी नहीं मिल पाता है. मैं कहीं बाहर नहीं जा सकता हूँ बिकॉज ऑफ माई वर्क. इवन माई सीनियर्स आर नॉट क्वाइट फ्रेंडली एंड हेल्पफुल. और तो और पापा मेरे सीनियर्स वो भी मेरे साथ क्वाइट फ्रेंडली नहीं है और हेल्पफुल नहीं है. बिसाइड्स, इसके अतिरिक्त, बिसाइड्स मीन्स इन एडिशन टू. ओके, Besides, I had developed some problems with my teeth. और मेरे teeth में भी कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो गई है पापा. I have a swollen gum. मेरे जो gum है वो swollen हो चुके हैं. It pains a lot. और इससे बहुत दर्द होता है. And as a result, I have not been eating properly. Now I feel weak. और अब मैं बहुत weak feel कर रहा हूँ. If you think it proper, can I take leave and come home for a few days? आई एम रियली homesick. मुझे घर की बहुत याद आ रही है. Moreover, can I shift my residence to a place nearer to my office? At least I can get home half an hour earlier than I do now. Please do write back soon. With love, your son, Aman. Yes, students, now I think you all have understood the letter well. Now, beta, you have to write down one more letter. Okay, worksheet number 9. Let's read what you have to do in this video. Now write a letter to Aman. अब आपको अमन को लेटर लिखना है. Making suggestion and offering help. Suggestions देने हैं बेटा, advice देने हैं. Okay, and offering help to ease out the situation. और जो situation है उसको ease out करने के लिए, easy करने के लिए बेटा आप क्या suggestion, क्या offer दे सकते हो, that you have to write down here. Okay, grant him permission. उसे permission देनी है. Okay, grant him permission to do the things he has asked your permission for. जिन चीज़ों के लिए बेटा हमारे परमिशन मांगी उसे हमें परमिशन देनी है कि हाँ वो ये काम कर सकता है. एंड फॉर दैट स्टूडेंट्स वी यूज़ मॉडल कैन और मे. फॉर गिविंग परमिशन, फॉर सजेशन स्टूडेंट्स वी कैन यूज़ मॉडल शुड. ओके, ऑल्सो वार्न हिम अगेंस्ट द डेंजर्स ही माइट फेस इफ ही नेग्लेक्ट्स हिज हेल्थ. और उसको वार्निंग भी देनी है स्टूडेंट्स, किस लिए कि अगर वो अपनी हेल्थ को निगलेक्ट करते हैं देन ही माइट फेस dangers. Okay, especially his teeth. Now students, how can we write down? Let's see here. The first one, 245 Big Street. Final city is given here. Then students, we can write down date. Okay, after city beta, write down date. Then dear Aman. We can write down dear Aman. Now students, how can we write? You can write down like this beta. I received your letter and came to know of your homesickness. कि वो घर के लिए बहुत उदास है. Okay, I received your letter and came to know of your homesickness. You can certainly come home anytime. क्योंकि बेटा अम्मा ने पहले परमिशन मांगी थी कि मैं घर आना चाहता हूँ, तो उसके फादर ने बेटा उसका परमिशन के लिए क्या बोला? You can certainly come home anytime. Can is used here बेटा as a model for permission. You can take leave for 10 days from your office. कि आप लीव भी ले सकते हो ऑफिस से 10 days की. अगेन परमिशन. While returning, I will come along with you so that we can search for a place nearer to your office. I'm glad to know that you are liking your job, but disappointed to know about your boss and seniors. But don't feel disheartened. Be patient, work hard, and try to keep them happy. Visit the dentist as early as possible. Do not neglect your health. Inform me when you are coming back. Like these students, write down a letter here. In last students, yours, we can say write down father or dad. Okay, better write down a letter yourself in your own वर्ड्स. ओके, अपने खुद के वर्ड से बेटा जो आपको लगता है कि हमें क्या सजेशन देना चाहिए, क्या प्रॉब्लम्स है, हाउ कैन यू ईज देम स्टूडेंट्स. अकॉर्डिंग दैट बेटा राइट डाउन अ लेटर हियर इन वर्कशीट नंबर 9. Okay students, I hope it's clear to you what to write and how to write. Now students, collect these ideas and write down a letter here. Worksheet number 10. Read the sentences, note the use of the semicolon. Past sentence, the room was stuffy. She opened the windows. The room was stuffy, then semicolon, then she opened the windows. कि room बहुत stuffy था. Okay, that's why students she opened the windows. इसलिए उसने windows open की थी. The man is not poor, semicolon, he is just a miser. Look students, end sentence first. The first clause states the reason. The room was stuffy. It states the reason. ये क्लास बेटा आपको क्या शो कर रही है, रीज़न, कि क्या रीज़न था उसने विंडोज़ ओपन क्यों की थी. ओके, एंड द सेकेंड रिजल्ट, और सेकेंड क्लास बेटा क्या शो कर रही है, द रिजल्ट. ओके, एंड सेंटेंस फर्स्ट, द रूम वॉज स्टफी, दिस क्लॉज स्टेट्स अ रीज़न, एंड शी ओपन द विंडोज़, दिस क्लॉज स्टेट्स द रिजल्ट. इन सेकेंड सेंटेंस स्टूडेंट्स, the two ideas expressed by the two clauses on either side of the semicolon are closely connected. And note students, remember that the clause after the semicolon, okay, clause after the semicolon begins with a small letter only. बेटा इस चीज़ को हमेशा ध्यान में रखना कि बेटा सेमीकोलन के बाद जो क्लॉज स्टार्ट होती है, ओके, दैट ऑलवेज बिगिन्स विद अ स्मॉल लेटर. वो हमेशा बेटा स्मॉल लेटर से स्टार्ट होगी. ओके, नोट दैट द क्लोज आफ्टर द सेमी कॉलन, कि सेमी कॉलन के बाद जो क्लोज आएगी बेटा दैट बिगिन्स विद अ स्मॉल लेटर ओनली. एंड यूजली बेटा अ सेमी कॉलन कम्स एट द प्लेस ऑफ अ लिंकर. एक सेमी कॉलन बेटा हम ज़्यादातर कहाँ यूज़ करते हैं, जहाँ पर हमें एक लिंकर को यूज़ करना होता है बेटा, एक सेंटेंस लिंकर को, एक कंजंक्शन को जहाँ हमें यूज़ करना है बेटा, एट द प्लेस ऑफ linker beta we use semicolon. For example students, here you can see the room was stuffy, so she opened the windows. room was stuffy था इसलिए उसने windows जो है open की थी. और बेटा in the first sentence we have used here semicolon. Okay, remove so and use semicolon. Like this students we have used in the first sentence. The room was stuffy, so she opened the windows. The man is not poor, but he is just a miser. Like this students, try to use the semicolon. Okay, remember where to use the semicolon and how we should use it. Punctuate the sentences using a semicolon at the appropriate place. Here students, in these sentences you have to put a semicolon. Now students, let's begin with the first one. He is a farmer. He gets up early. He is a farmer. After farmer students put a semicolon. Farmer के बाद बेटा put a semicolon. Then बेटा second one, you should better wear your jacket. After jacket students put a semicolon. You will catch a cold. He had to look for a job. He was left with no money. Then he had to look for a job. After job students put a semicolon. Job के बाद बेटा put semicolon. Then बेटा fourth one, Sheila loves music. Then semicolon. Her brother hates it. Next student, sixth one, take this medicine. You will feel better. Then after medicine, students, put a semicolon here. Then there is nothing wrong with the meal. It's just called. After meal, students, put a semicolon. Like this, students, try to do remaining sentences. Okay, students, try to do remaining sentences yourself. Okay, now beta, let's move on to the next part. Do it yourself. Complete the following passage by writing a suitable word or words in each blank. The first one has been done as an example. Here beta, in these blanks we have to put model. Okay, we have to write a model here. For the first one, students, hi, I'm your classmate. Since I'm new here, could you guide me on certain things about the school rules? The students, sure. You should reach the school latest by 7:55 a.m. and you must be in your school uniform. You can have your hair long or keep it short. But if it's long, you should make 2 plates. You must do your homework assignments regularly. You must. Okay. You must do your homework assignments regularly and you can take leave by seeking permission in advance. In case you are ill, your application must be submitted on joining school. Unit tests are held every Wednesday. Don't miss any. If you do, you will get a 0. Okay, you will get a 0 for warning, for threat. You will get a 0 unless you have been ill and submit a medical certificate. The school gets over at 2 p.m. if you live far away. You can use the school bus after putting in an application. Lastly, you must follow instructions to keep out of trouble. Like this, students, try to complete worksheet. Okay, students. Now, beta, let's move on to the next one. Complete the following dialogue between a son and his father in any suitable way. Okay, remember, in any suitable way. One sentence has been written as an example. Son, it's my friend's birthday today. He has invited me to a party. May I go? Father, you have had far too many parties. Now I think you should prepare. You should prepare for your exams next month. There is plenty of time. Is बहुत time है अभी तो. I will manage. Father, your unit test results were encouraging. If I were you, अगर मैं तुम्हारी जगह होता, I would have devoted all my time to studies. Okay, or we can say I would have got good marks. Son, Dad, you know I wasn't well during the test. आपको पता है कि मैं ठीक नहीं था during test. Father, if you had been regular in your studies, you would have, despite falling ill. The student's son, but this party means a lot to me. I promise I will do well in the exams. No, I'm afraid. You can't go to the party. Please, Dad, only this once. All my friends will be there. If you go to the party, I will slap you. Here in the picture, students, also you can see, okay, if you go to the party, I will punish you, I will beat you, I will slap you. Like this, students, try to complete. Okay, students, I hope, students, now all of you have understood the models well. Now beta, do practice and beta complete chapter number 6 of your practice book. Okay, students, complete all the remaining worksheets. Okay, and try to complete chapter number 6. That's all for today, students. Thanks and have a nice day. Bye-bye.